an important distinction between innovation and creativity. And you also say in your book that projects are funded more for innovation rather than creativity. Why do you think that there is so much more funding for innovation and creativity, in your words, is like the second cousin?
Yeah, in my opinion, there are two reasons. The first reason is because innovation is closer to the point of success in a company when they do the developing a new product. It's about, as I said in my presentation, innovation is about the implementation of the creative idea. So in the innovation process, the people taking charge of the innovation process already screen through the different creative idea and only choose those creative ideas which they think have more potential to be successful in the market. So this is the first reason I can think of that makes the companies and even the government or the funding body to support more of the innovation project than the creativity project. The second reason is because, according to my research in both disciplines, I feel that one distinction between creativity research area and creative and innovation research area is that the definition of creativity at the moment is still quite fragmented. Different people have different definition, different idea of what is creativity, what creativity includes. In contrast, innovation is more well defined. I'm not saying it's universally widely accepted definition of creativity, but it's more well defined, and people in this area, in the innovation area, tend to accept this definition. For example, innovation has two types. One is radical innovation, and the other is incremental innovation, generally speaking. And this is a concept that most, if not all, innovation researchers accept. So, whenever we study a discipline, usually we need to have a good definition and correct and precise and widely accepted definition. So I think in this area about the definition, I think creativity researchers still have a way to go, or have some room that they can do some research on to identify more clearly about what is creativity, what creativity includes, what are the different types of creativity. And so I think this is the second reason why innovation researchers are more likely to get the funding, because it's a more well-defined discipline.
Right, I agree with you. I agree that there is generally like a confusion about the terms. About some people say radical innovation, other people say big C creativity, and very often they're talking about very similar things, but they're quite distinct.
Yes, yeah.
And as you were speaking, the metaphor in my mind for when you were making the distinction between creativity and innovation is that creativity is like the seeds. They're the ideas.
Yes.
Those are the seeds, and innovation is more like the harvest. It's what the fruit of those seeds.
Yeah.
And economically, in a way, it makes sense that people should be more interested in the fruit rather than the seed. But that's without the seed, we can't have the fruit.
True. Yeah. So it's also very important, in my view, to also have enthusiastic researcher and also have enough adequate funding to fund creativity projects. So this is something that we, like me also, I'm an innovation researcher, but also I am a creativity researcher, should try to do more, or can try to put more effort into trying to do better research, better definition of creativity, and also argue for more funding of this important area, creativity.
Yes, and also you talk about the interdisciplinary aspect, that creativity is, we can't work in silos, we can't work in a vacuum, we can't work in isolation. So, the very definition of creativity being building bridges and crossing over barriers, that in itself, it's creative to bring these two different disciplines together, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, creativity is different discipline. Many different disciplines, they recognize the importance of creativity. They do their research work on creativity. They make their own definition of creativity, which may not be different from each other. But the the more broader idea or is that many disciplines such as education, such as business and management, such as music, such as engineering, the science, they all recognize the very much importance of creativity. Without creativity, I mean, human or with less creativity than expected, than the idealistic stage, I think human being, about the human society, the progress that human beings can make in the next 50 and 100 years will be affected.
Yeah, because they used to say that in the past, knowledge is power, but without creativity, we can't really convert knowledge into power, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I totally agree. Yes.